Welcome to the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of January 23rd, 2023. I'm Nicole Erdix, and I'm here with Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
And Terry Morrow.
Hello.
Every week we chat about what parents are talking, complaining, and obsessing about right now. This week we're complaining about a fancy name for becoming a mom and obsessing about goals for kids. We also take a couple of breaks for an entertainment discussion and a recommendation roundup. Today we are talking about anti-parenting advice. So I guess this is advice that goes against what we typically hear?
I guess. It's still given by an expert, is it not?
Yes.
Yeah, a developmental expert.
And you know how we feel about those. Except for the times when we are the experts, in which case it's A-okay.
Exactly.
Everybody else, they have no idea what they're talking about.
Nope, but we do. So pay attention.
Tell us about this. I'll start raising my dudgeon. Start pushing it up.
So this comes from an article on She Knows, and it is an expert who has given some parenting advice that went viral on Twitter, apparently. And these are some things that parents need to not worry so much about. So they need to worry less about. So you ready? Not everything has to be educational. Totally agree.
No.
I'm good with that.
My kids needed everything to be educational because they had a huge deficit. But that's okay. Go ahead. And also, I'm looking for more things to worry about. What's this? What's this worry less stuff? It's not my brand.
Okay, here we go. How about this?
Go ahead.
You don't have to put pressure on yourself to constantly teach them things.
Yeah, I do. But go ahead.
Also, listicle syndrome happening here because those first two things are the same.
Kind of the same thing.
Yeah,
yes.
They sound like the same. Exactly.
We see you, expert.
This one is just so generic. It's not even funny. Let them be bored.
Mom, I'm bored. Mom.
Exactly. What the heck are you supposed to do? Just shut them in a room and ignore them?
There's this glamorization of boring childhood that's going on now. Like, remember when we just did nothing?
We just played with sticks.
Around
we drank from a hose all day.
Walked around the neighborhood. Wasn't that great?
Idyllic.
Yeah.
In retrospect only, I think, to some degree.
Right.
I think mostly it was just Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember a lot of long, boring summer days. Let them experience social conflict. Well, how could they not? I mean, it's just everywhere.
Well, yes, I know little Jimmy hit his classmate, but I was letting him experience social conflict. I saw it in a magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have to be so uptight about that?
Here's one. Okay. Being a boring parent is fine.
Now, is this, you think of yourself as a boring parent, or your child says, Mom, you're so boring?
I think it was about, you don't have to be their buddy, and you don't have to be the fun person. You can just be a parent who.
But you can do embarrassing things, right?
Right. Yeah.
There should be some option to boring. I'm doing, musical scenes in my living room just to torment my kid. It's not boring.
You need credit for that.
I think so. Mm-hmm. There's so many options, folks. Why pick boring? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So now I've seen a few people in my circle of friends that have been victim to this. Your life and schedule don't have to revolve around your kids. Oh my gosh.
I mean, that is
one of those annoying thing.
It is, but it's also easy for some people to say that if they have grandparents or, close neighbors or whatever that they can rely on. Because when you are the only one.
I totally get that. Because I've been there. Right. But I'm talking about people, I'm talking about situations in which, you can't even, not that you would talk on the phone these days, you would just text. But back in the day when we would call each other, I couldn't get a word in edgewise. She was so darn busy chatting with her kids. And I'm like, come on. This is a time for you to chat and us to catch up. And I'm taking time out of my day.
I don't know, because I'm going to be the contrarian on every one of these, because that's just who I am. your kid is gonna go to college and then
it was
have a
bad.
life and live away, and you can have conversations then because they're not going to want to talk to you anymore. Also, my life and schedule revolved around my kids with speech therapy, occupational therapy,
Totally.
learning, tutors. Let's drive down to this place and get this
Okay,
help
but
or
you
that
don't
help.
need to drop every single little thing
Well,
every
maybe I
single
want to.
time.
Maybe your friend just doesn't like
Maybe
talking
she
to
just
you,
didn't want to
Nicole.
be friends
Maybe
with me.
she's using her kids as an
Just trying
excuse.
to ditch me.
Kids,
No,
kids
like,
and
it-
their
this is-
schedules is an excellent excuse for getting out of so much stuff.
I
I'd like to join
totally
the PTA, but I'm sorry, our
get
schedule.
that.
Oh my gosh, I'd like to have
I've been
coffee
there.
with
I
you,
get
friend
that.
I don't like anymore, but the schedule.
No, this one, her whole world, her every single minute of her day revolved around her kids' needs. It was
Ain't
so
gonna
annoying. Okay, and then that friendship just kind of fizzled out because I was done
Yeah.
with that. So,
Well,
yes,
well,
that was.
what was it? Now, did the 90-year-old say to let the friendships fizzle out or to keep the friendships? I think they said, you know what? Maybe that friendship just deserves to die. Maybe one day
Yeah.
you'll both be 90 and then you'll be friends again at the
Right.
home. Oh well.
Who knows?
And what's the
But
last one here?
the last one is don't stress about the number of toys you buy, whether it's a lot or a little.
Well, yeah. But at the same
how do you
time,
keep them from
buy
not
your
being
kid a toy,
bored?
they don't. I buy my kid a toy, it turns out it's developmentally inappropriate. So I buy my kid another toy, and it turns out they can't do that one either. So I buy my kid another toy. I don't know. Maybe I'm coming at things from a different angle. If my kids were neurotypical, boy, I would be hands off. You guys just go play in the street. I don't care. You want to play softball? Fine. Call an Uber. But I've had to be kind of hands on. Even now, when they're 29 and 32.
Yeah.
They love it. No, it's fine.
They love it. I bet they do.
They didn't suggest this topic at all. No. No. So, what do you guys, do you agree with this sort of back off, hands off, relax, mom, just take it easy. Don't be so uptight. I wish to be uptight. I have reasons to be uptight. I'll be uptight.
Yeah.
That's what I signed up for when I became a mom,
Right.
like my mother before me.
Yeah. I mean, I think that a lot of this is like good advice in theory.
Yes.
It falls into that bucket, you know.
It is absolutely the listicle bucket of let's think of 10 kind of generic one size fits all pronouncements that everybody would go, yes, that's right. Parents today.
This kind of, to some extent, though, loosely describes like parenting style and parenting philosophy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm totally not like a free range chicken mom. Like, there's just no way I'm going to do that. But at the same time, like, I'm okay if, I'm okay with certain things that my friends may not be.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
I'm a lot more like, yeah, bring your friends over, hang out, do this, do that. Like, I don't care. Like, have fun, whatever, right? As long as you're safe. Like, whereas some people's kids are like, no sleepovers, no play dates without me, no this, no that. So, like, I think
Well-
in some ways I'm probably a little bit more laid back, but in other ways I'm probably way more intense. So who knows?
Yeah.
It all balances out.
Right.
And as we often say, every parent is different, every kid is different. So there can be different parenting styles. I think that's okay.
Right.
And also, some kids need more parenting and some kids need less.
Yes.
You hope that the parent who needs to provide more and the kid who needs more are a match.
Hoping for that good matchup. If you don't get that,
Then you have problems.
yeah, I mean, listicalness aside, there's obviously some nuggets of good stuff in here, and then there's
Suppose.
for certain people.
Just a minute, I gotta go check on my kids. Okay, you guys talk.
Right. I mean, like, the one about don't stress about the number of toys you buy. She said, whether it's a lot or a little. Like, well, what if it's a medium amount? Then what? Is there,
Right.
is that,
Right.
I mean, that one felt like she was just like throwing anything at, you know, like,
But I mean, we all know people who say, okay, it's their birthday, they have to get 50 things. And,
yeah.
You know, I can see where I can see where you can go too far to one end or the other, but sometimes there's a reason to go. I mean, if your kid's in the hospital, buy them 50 toys. What the heck?
Right.
And, you know, if your kid doesn't appreciate anything he gets, give him a kick in the butt for his birthday, you know?
One time when my kid was like, I mean, really little, like definitely under 10, we found just at the drugstore Cole gum for his stocking. You know, like it's gum that's made to look like a lump of coal or several lumps of coal. And he loved it. And every year, and then for years, he always has to have coal gum in his stocking now. So, you never
That's
know.
the only thing you give him, right?
No.
I don't know. I also had a kid who would be overwhelmed by too many toys and then not play
Yeah.
with anything. So
Right.
that's always a worry.
Yeah.
But, well, expert parenting wisdom, once again, we find a little lacking. But you know what? There's some truth in everything. If consider this advice and take what you like and leave the rest, or all of it, as may be the case. But that's it for today's round 1. Tune in tomorrow for our entertainment-themed round 2, and later in the week to find out what we're complaining about, obsessing about, and recommending right now. We're always interested in what you have to say, so drop us a comment on our website, our Facebook page, or Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.